Hey there! Did you know Kroger always gives you savings and rewards on top of our lower-than-low prices? And when you download the Kroger app, you'll enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons. And don't forget fuel points to help you save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. Want to save even more? With a Boost membership, you'll get double fuel points and free delivery. So shop and save big at Kroger today. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
Thanks for choosing this free Anfield Index podcast. If you'd prefer to listen to this or any of our other shows without adverts, then now's the time to check out Anfield Index Pro. With AI Pro, you can supercharge your entire listening experience. You'll not only get all of our podcasts without the ads, but you'll have them far faster with our quick publish feature available exclusively for subscribers. AI Pro also puts you in the heart of our sound studio, with an option to listen to many of our shows live and interact with the podcasters in real time as the shows are recording. Upgrading couldn't be easier. AI Pro is available on all popular podcast platforms, and we have our own apps for Apple and Android. Just head on over to AnfieldIndexPro.com and get started today.
Welcome to the Daily Red, your lunchtime catch-up on all things Liverpool FC and your daily reminder that the Reds are top of the league. Now, we might drop off top tonight. Arsenal play Luton. You would expect them to win. The game is at the Emirates. But we play Sheffield United tomorrow. So, the Gunners can enjoy their 24 hours on top and we'll take it back then. We have 9 games left and this is the easiest one of them. You would have probably preferred to have this one in that run later on where we've got the 4 aways. You'd like to swap Everton out and have this one, or West Ham out and have this one instead. But it's now, it's tomorrow, and it's huge. It's absolutely huge. And it looks like Curtis Jones will be back. That is also huge. Curtis Jones returning is massive for us. He's been a big miss. Even though the midfield has been playing well, Curtis was in exceptional form this season and gives us that 4th starter for our 3 midfield roles. So very, very important. Looks like Jota potentially back for United. If not, then probably the league game after that. It looks like Alisson and Trent will be the league game after United. So pretty close to getting as close to a full complement as we're going to get. Wouldn't expect Thiago to play again this season. Wouldn't expect... Well, Joel Matip definitely won't play again this season. And I really don't expect to see Stefan Bajcetic, to be totally honest. The more I think about it, like they're saying he's a few weeks away, could be the end of this month. We've been hearing the same thing since September. So I'm just not going to put any real faith into it. I think they're managing him very carefully, wanting to, rebuild him, get him back to a point where the injuries are not something he has to concern himself with. You remember that they did similar with Naby Keita. Unfortunately, it never fully worked with Naby, but with Stefan being that bit younger and them taking him completely out of the firing line for basically the full season. I know he's had 2 injuries this year, the one that ruled him out originally, and then there was a reoccurrence, but they're not major, whereas with Naby, it always seemed to be something fairly severe. Brilliant article on This is Anfield. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend. Liverpool ahead of richer but dumber competition. And this is a really, really good piece. It's probably the second best piece I've read today, but I am biased towards the other one for 2 reasons. But this is really, really good. So do check that out when you get a chance. Also on This is Anfield, Liverpool FC fill another key staff role as off-pitch reshuffle continues. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of change going on around Liverpool over the next couple of months. But Jack Lusby has this piece on Janssen Moreno, a Gibraltar native who studied at Liverpool John Moores and has joined the club as an opposition analyst. So he was recently head of elite youth development for the Gibraltar FA. He's previously worked for Everton, Brighton, Norwich, Huddersfield, and Copenhagen. Now, Brighton, Norwich, and Copenhagen, they're smartly run clubs who do tend to appoint very good people. So that is a positive sign for us to have added yet another brain into the group. The more we can glean about the opposition moving forward, the better. The better we can. There's a piece here by Henry Jackson about tomorrow night's game. He spoke to Hal the Blade from the Sheffield United Way ahead of the game, just to kind of get a feel for how Sheffield United fans are feeling coming into this game. Obviously, they spoke earlier in the season before we played them the first time. And the first question is about whether the feeling in the camp is better or worse than it was back then. I won't spoil the article because Henry's put the time into it, but good read, well worth your while getting on board with that one. Manchester United confirmed double injury blow as Eric Ten Hag is facing a centre-back crisis. So both Lisandro Martinez and Victor Lindelof are facing another month or so on the sideline. Martinez is not very good, but, it's a body. Lindelof has been decent this season. Rafael Varane also potentially missing out this weekend for the game against us, which means that it could well be Harry Maguire and Willy Kambwala ready to play against Liverpool. Now, Kambwala is decent, to be fair. He looks a good prospect, but they play Chelsea tomorrow night. Their game kicks off, I think, half an hour after ours. And yeah, I mean, they've got a defensive injury crisis, which is tremendous timing for us. We need to go there and smash the life out of them at the weekend. Which Liverpool players are qualified for Euro 2024 and who is not? So those that are qualified, Virgil, obviously, Cody, Trent, Joe Gomez, Andy Robertson, Ibu, Dominic, and Diogo Jota. I think Gravenberch potentially could make the Dutch squad if he finished the season well, but we'll wait and see. Curtis Jones, if he hadn't got hurt, I think would have been a certainty for the England squad. I don't expect Harvey Elliott to be called up for England, and it would be really bad form if Scotland called up Ben Doak after a meniscus tear. Players who definitely won't be going: Queven Kelleher, Adrian. I mean, I'm not sure he needed to be included. Costa Simicas, Thiago, Basetic, again, didn't really need to be included. Allison, Connor Bradley, Joel Matip, Alexis, obviously, because he's not European, but he will be at the Copa America, as will Darwin and Luis Diaz. But Salah and Wataru Endo obviously won't be either because their countries are not in Europe. So, yeah, not too bad. Not too bad in terms of players that will be spending their summers active playing games. We'll have the 3 South American boys and then a handful at the Euros. But there's going to be plenty of players that get good rest. Like Mo will get lovely rest this summer. Endo will get lovely rest this summer. I'd be happy, to be totally honest, if Curtis, Joe, and Harvey are not called up for England. I'd be very happy if Trent wasn't called up for England. Virgil, unfortunately, will be called up, but, you have to let 1 or 2 of them go. Liverpool face competition for Ruben Amorim. Roberto De Zerbi ruled out. So David Ornstein has basically ruled out the possibility of De Zerbi. He said, my information is that it's incredibly unlikely that they will go for De Zerbi. He said that Amorim is definitely in the mix and added that some conversations have taken place. I think it's probably a lot further along than that. Miguel Delaney has written that Barcelona are trying to secure the appointment. Reliable journalists from Portugal have said that Barcelona are no longer a possibility for him. It does look like he will be the one for us, all going well. So that's good. 2 Liverpool players at Premier League suspension risk. Next 3 games key. So, Wataru Endo and Darwin Núñez have both been shown 8 yellow cards so far this season, which means they are 2 away from reaching the threshold of 10, which would result in a 2-match ban. The Premier League rules stipulate that 2-match suspension will be accrued if a player picks up 10 yellow cards in the first 32 games. And obviously we have played 29, which means against Sheffield United, Manchester United and Crystal Palace, Darwin and Endo need to be on their best behaviour. Endo's the one I'd have more concern over because I could see him getting booked against United just on that big pitch. He did seem to struggle just a little bit with the size of the pitch the last time we played them in the Cup. But he seems to be a very quick learner and will probably adapt his game. Games against Sheffield United and Crystal Palace, there's no real reason for our players to be picking up yellow cards against teams like them. So if we can get through those, the slates are wiped clean, and then they'll be free to go out and boot people up in the air as often as they want. Endo has 3 yellow cards in his last 6 games. Darwin hasn't had any in the last 4. Had 4 and 4 before that, so just needs to keep himself a little bit in line. Rodri, Bernardo Silva, and Kai Havertz, those at risk from our rivals. Rodri, the key one there for City, obviously. He's on 8. Bernardo Silva and Kai Havertz on 7. So, on to Liverpool.com. Haven't checked in with the sellers of hopes and dreams in a while, so let's see what they've got on offer for us. Xabi Alonso decision to stay at Bayer Leverkusen could scupper Liverpool 183 million transfer plans. What is this nonsense? We'll come back to that. Injury news and return dates, including Diogo Jota, so we'll have a look at that. We'll have a look at that. We'll have a look at that one. That. There's a piece about Mbappe. There is, oh wow, Fabio Aurelio suffered cracked ribs and a punctured lung in the charity game against Ajax. He did get a nasty bang, I think on their second goal. Seemed to collide with somebody, and yeah, that turned out to be quite serious. There's a piece on De Zerbi, piece on United's injuries, a piece on Rodrigo and Luis Guilherme, piece about Trent. Oh, it's the video, I think. I think it's the video that's gone out on the socials, which is very good. So what were the 183 million transfer plans? Apparently we were going to sign Florian Wirtz, Pierre Nkapie, and Jeremy Frimpong. It's absolute nonsense. Like, unless Trent leaves, we're not signing a right back because we have Trent, we have Bradley. Wirtz is incredible, doesn't really make any sense for us. And Nkapie is the only one that I would imagine would be a likely target. And under Amorim or Alonso, I think there were probably 1 or 2 slightly better options out there, despite the fact I would be in favour of signing him. Right. Let's have a look at these injury return dates. So, both Curtis and Andy Robertson, they're suggesting, could be back for tomorrow night. Trent and Jota, they're saying sort of the Atalanta game. This is just guesswork, unfortunately. This isn't actually based on anything. I'm not sure where he's gotten these dates from. I use Premier Injuries, which just bases it on what managers say and what the suggested return dates are based on their own knowledge of specific injuries. So I'm not sure where this chap has gotten these dates for, but it doesn't seem like it's anything much more than him guessing, really. Now, he has said Alisson unknown. Jurgen's last comments were very vague on Alisson, but Virgil says that he would be willing to offer advice to Jurgen Klopp's successor if the next Liverpool manager seeks his input. Last time he was interviewed, he was quite cautious about what he said, and it got aggregated badly by morons looking for clicks. But he seems a lot more comfortable now. And I'd imagine Virgil is well informed on what's going on. So he probably sees where his role will be. No longer, Dominic Szoboszlai makes Liverpool title admission after Arsenal draw with Man City. There are 9 games left. We're in first place, which means our fate is in our own hands. If we don't make a single mistake from now on, we'll win the league. We're progressing from match to match. For now, it is not worth looking any further than Thursday's league game against Sheffield United. Every game in the remaining 9 rounds must be played as if it were the last, and after Arsenal's point loss on Sunday, we no longer need to aim for 16 goals in one of the 9 games. Yeah, I mean, he's right. Just win the games. Win the games and we win the league. That's the simple fact of it. Liverpool should consider another Jurgen Klopp successor option who is unfairly underrated. This is a piece about Simone Inzaghi. Inzaghi doesn't speak English. Inzaghi doesn't want to leave Italy. There's a lot of good about what he does. He was really, really good at Lazio. He's done a really good job at Inter, though he's not quite as fun at Inter. But he's a very good coach, and certainly it wouldn't be a bad appointment at all. I just think we can do slightly better. And speaking of us doing slightly better, if you want to head to AnfieldWatch.co.uk, you will find an excellent piece written by Sam Maguire. This is the piece I mentioned earlier. I'm biased towards it because, well, Sam is my mate, and also because Ruben Amorim is the manager I want. But this is an excellent, excellent piece. Why Ruben Amorim ticks more boxes for Liverpool than Xabi Alonso ever did. Give that a read. It is tremendous. Arsenal invincible star calls on Kylian Mbappe to reject Real Madrid and join Liverpool. We'll come back to that. Liverpool had big advantage over Barcelona in the race for Ruben Amorim. Barca having no money would probably be part of that. Alexis McAllister was player of the match but wants to share praise with amazing youngster. Alexis was full of compliments about Jarrell Quansah after the weekend. There's another piece about Amorim. There's a couple about De Zerbi. Who is the Arsenal invincible star? Robert Pires. Robert Pires saying that Kylian Mbappe should join Liverpool. I would like to see him at Liverpool. It's a great club, family, good structure, no pressure, calm fans. And I tell myself that Mbappe and Salah could be quite explosive. I think he is capable of rejecting Real Madrid. I mean, in fairness, Mbappe and Salah with Darwin would be, it would be world destroying, but he's going to go to Real Madrid. We all know that. So there's no point in getting ourselves in any way excited about it. Atalanta will be without star defender Giorgio Scalvini when they take on Liverpool in the quarterfinals of the Europa League. That is massive for us. He has a hamstring injury. He's going to miss the entirety of the month. He is by far and away their best defensive player. And they are also likely to be without Charles de Ketelaere. So if any more of their players want to get hurt, if Ederson wanted to get hurt and miss out, that would also be very beneficial to us. But yeah, Scalvini being out, that's a big one. On AnfieldIndex.com, there's a piece about Dominic. There's a piece about Trent. There is a deep dive into our March performances. You can have a look at the strategy that we used in the Brighton game, and there's a piece about Stefan Bajcetic. Podcast-wise, we have that rival recon ahead of the Sheffield United game. There is the new Under Pressure, if you haven't listened to that yet. There is a Stat Me Up, Dave Davis and Ben Boxic. And there is a Red Alert, March Madness and No April Fools. It is Dave Davis, Mark Evans and James McKean. We have recorded Scouted ahead of that game this morning as well. And I believe there is something else to come. Let me just have a quick look. Yeah, there should be a press conference pod going up today as well. And then tomorrow, there will be a couple more going up, and there will also be post-match Raw, which is myself, Trev, and I'm told Harry. So, yeah, lots and lots of good stuff. Remember that the podcast now, if they're going to run over the 50-minute mark, they will cut off at 30 minutes and go to Anfield Index Pro. So if you don't want to miss out, do go to AnfieldIndex.com and sign up for Anfield Index Pro. Along the top, you will see Join AI Pro. Click on the button and you just fill in. It's $4.99 a month. $4.99. I thought it was $3.99 a month. It's $4.99 a month. But if you sign up for a year, it's only $39.99. So it works out at $3.33, which is less than the price of a cup of coffee, and much less than the price of a pint. So do check that out. Go sign up. Trust me when I tell you it's worth it. It is absolutely worth it. So you get every show, all available without the ads, which is great. You get the shows a little bit earlier than on the free side, and you can listen to the live podcasts. So we always do post-match Raw live. We do Scouted live most of the time. There's a couple of others that are done live, and you can listen into them as they're being done. And as Trev Downey would say, you can see how the sausage is made. So, yeah. I mean, like I said, it's less than the price of a cup of coffee. It's 40 quid for the year. You get a ton of really, really good stuff. There's multiple podcasts almost every day. I mean, you know, you're not going to get better. Trust me when I tell you, you're not getting better elsewhere. You're not getting better than Under Pressure. You're not getting better than Minefield. You're not getting better than Moby on the Spot. Those 3 podcasts alone, you will most likely get 9 to 10 of those a month. Plus you get 8 to 10 roles, depending on how many games he plays. Let's just say 8 roles, 8 Scouteds, 4 to 6 rivalry cons. You get 8 Media Matter pods. Like, this is every month. 4 Mulby on the Spots is just, that's joy. Listening to Trev and Jan. So go and sign up for it. And believe me when I tell you, you will not regret it. All right? And if you do regret it, send your complaints to me at goaway.don't-be-annoying-me@gmail.com. And I will see you all tomorrow. Bye-bye.
We hope you enjoyed listening to this Anfield Index show. Please be sure to subscribe to our channel so future podcasts find their way to your device automatically. There's nothing quite like fan engagement, and we'd love to know what you think of anything discussed on this show. The best way to get in touch is over on our free Discord community, where both podcasters and listeners debate the hottest LFC topics 24/7. Sign up free now at AnfieldIndex.com/Discord. You won't regret it. You can also follow us on Twitter at Anfield Index And find us on Facebook by searching for Anfield Index. Oh, and before you go, we'd love it if you could leave us a 5-star review on your favourite podcast app. It only takes a couple of seconds, and it means the world to the people who create these free shows.
Sports Social Podcast Network.